discrepancy. All systems are experiencing inaccurate feedback. Who cares about that? I can still fight! Insufficient energy left to cleanse faulty sectors. No. Hold on. I know what that means. I have to return the fragments! Emergency self-preservation initiated. Stop! Stop! I held on for 100 years to fill an hour me!
You'd think I would have ended up ruling the kingdom, right? But get this, the chump didn't take the position either. And that's because she told everyone that the only person fit to rule was that freaking Salat Stepper! She said that because he's so different from us, if he was our ruler, then we'd all eventually accept differences between one another. At first, I thought she was crazy. Later on, though, I found out her real motives. Oh shit, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I almost forgot the most important part of this story. The holographic clones of herself. She really wanted to spread kindness all around the world, so she decided to do it literally. She gave them a little bit of fragment energy so that they could have their own free will. Then she sent them all out on missionary work. They preached the ideal of kindness. Personally, I thought that was some creepy shit, but hey, it worked. People started becoming nicer, which is good and all, I guess. Let's get back to the whole reason that she had the Emperor ruling us all, though. The Slots are in a pretty tight ship. They knew where any member of their kind was at any time, and they especially kept tabs on Emperors, because they couldn't fly their ships without them. So when one of them turned up in 1000 AD, they went bonkers. Within a month, we already had a few visitors from their homeworld. Unsurprisingly, Vi capitalized on this and deemed herself the liaison between humans and these alien visitors. Gotta admit, I respect that kind of hustle. That's why when Talia told me in private about her real intent, I had to respect how manipulative she'd also been with the whole "the Emperor is the best ruler" thing. Turns out right after defeating Seeber, she sent a message into space encouraging aliens to come visit us. I helped out, so that's how she was so ready to accept the aliens. She knew they were coming! Talia told me that she believed humanity would benefit from the scientific advancements of these aliens, but that wasn't her main reason for doing this. Oh no. That crazy chump. Heck, I can't even call her that for this one. She said that if humans were encountering all these different species, that humans should quickly realize how they acted then would influence how they were perceived later, once humanity made it out into space. On top of that, she believed that making alliances with aliens this early on in human history would prevent us from running out of resources in the future, avoiding another worm-like outcome for Earth. She wasn't wrong, and that's what frustrated me so much back then. She was a chump, an inferior fighter, an inferior tactician, and yet somehow she grabbed all the fragments, discovered Seeber's deception, and now she'd come up with this admittedly smart plan. She'd beaten me, and back then I couldn't take that. We were both respected and revered across the land. People worshipped us, really, as heroes, as equals. In my mind, though, I wasn't her equal. I was her better. That's why, soon after she told me the truth, something in me just snapped. I had to get one up on her somehow, so I did. You remember those holograms she sent out all over the place? They had fragment energy in them, and so did I. I only needed one of the holograms to tap into the entire network. Once I was in, I knew exactly how to humiliate her. See, even before we went to the future, I was pretty good at getting what I wanted out of people. Had to be, since I'd been cursed with. Well, that's not an issue anymore, luckily. So I knew instinctively that what people fear the most is the unknown, the lack of knowing if something's a threat or not. And thanks to Talia, those holograms had enough free will to feel fear. They set their knowledge of all alien species to be null, meaning they could no longer comprehend their existence from their perspectives. They were indescribable. Almost instantly, collectively, all the holograms had nervous breakdowns. They were unusable. Finally, I'd proven... what exactly? I hadn't beaten Talia. I'd only beaten some holograms. I became more frustrated. I rubbed my victory in the chump's face, hoping it'd bring me the vindication I wanted. But it didn't. She just made me feel even worse when she forgave me, of all things. I was at my breaking point. I didn't know what else to do. So So I told her the truth. I told her that I wanted to beat her ass one-on-one to finally prove who was the best between us. To my surprise, she agreed. She had one caveat though. We had a fight without using our fragment powers, since she didn't want to cause damage to any of the nearby villages. I would have suggested it myself if she didn't, for a different reason. I wanted this fight to be purely our own skills and strength, nothing more. So we fought, and I won, effortlessly. At the time, it was the most important thing in the world to me. I'd finally proven to everyone that I was the superior, the better of the two of us heroes. Now, it just seems kind of silly. With it out of my system, the tension had vanished between Talia and I. It took a few days to heal up, and then everything was back to normal. Over the next few decades, Talia and I would continue sparring every so often, but now it was a friendly rivalry, purely for entertainment. Besides that, for the rest of our lives, nothing as eventful as the whole Seeber incident ever happened again. But both of us lived far longer than the average person, thanks to the fragment tech having merged with our bodies. However, we weren't immortal. We both passed away by 1223 AD. Apparently the chump's philosophy of kindness and her attempts to make Earth into an alien hotspot both stuck around for a few centuries afterwards. Oh right, about Vi. She actually passed away long before us, leaving behind lots of gadgets and gizmos. The people had already integrated her tech into society by the time Talia and I passed. As for the Selot Stemper, he went back home sometime in the 1300s. After he left, humanity no longer had any of us freaks of nature around to defend it from threats. After all I've seen though, I'm sure they'll be fine without us. Wait, what? Are you serious? Talia, that chump! That idiot! She didn't kill Seeber? She just left him in stasis? Even if it's running off that blue stuff, it won't last forever! I need to... Oh. Alright, I'll trust you then.